Good afternoon. Welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn. I don't often make videos at this time of the day, so welcome if you join me this afternoon. If not, I hope you enjoy this when you do get to see it at some point later on. This afternoon I have a fun fold to share with you. This was our class that we did this morning and I had a couple of kits left over, so I thought, well, why not share it with you? You might like to see this one as well. So I've done it exactly the same fold in two different ways. So let's get to it. I'll start with the sweet sorbet one first. And I have done most of my stamping prior to coming on this afternoon because you don't need to see me doing all of that. What we're doing is just learning about this little cute little fun fold. Okay, so my card goes that way. It's been scored 4 times along here. Hello Sharon, it's lovely to see you. I forget what the size of this cardstock was. Anyway, you'll be able to find lots of this fold online if you want to know the measurements, but I just thought I'd show you a fun way of doing it. I also have a tutorial for this fold for any customers who place a qualifying order. You can get this tutorial for free. You'll find that out on my newsletter. I have used the beautiful ombre glimmer sweet sorbet paper for the feature on the back panel. So that goes inside there. And then I've got a little mat for my greeting and where you write to your recipient. So, I forgot to introduce what I'm using. I apologise. I'm using the Sending Smiles stamp set, which is a really useful stamp set, along with the Sending Dies, where you can cut out both sending when it's stamped or just sending itself, and all of the outlines for all the little flowers. I didn't actually do too many flowers, but I really love the greetings. So on this card, I've done sending a card to say hello. Now the actual stamp set does have a little tiny stamp for the insides of these flowers, but that's a bit too much effort for me, so I'm just grabbing my crushed curry marker to do the same thing as you would do with the stamps. It's much quicker and easier that way. Look, there's my mistake. And I'll just pop that on my card there in the center. All right. Now I'll put this, the paper I'm using for my card is the beautiful Tea Boutique paper, which is fun and cheerful, and actually this paper coordinates with all of our new in colours, which is really gorgeous. So I've got 3 strips of this paper to put on my concertina section. So 1, 2, and 3. This fold is called a WV fold. All right, and then, so this is the W part here, and then we've got the V part which joins it together in the middle, and I've just got my little teacups here, and I'll show you how I put this together. A nice easy way to add your adhesive to make it stick together really well. Okay, rightio. So as you can see, I've got my back panel already set up. This is exactly the same size, so I'm going to layer that straight over the top, and then when we're doing our fold, this bit's going to stick onto here, and then this bit will stick onto here. So the best way to make sure that you've got your adhesive in exactly the right place is to put some right on the very edge there, and some adhesive right on the very edge just to the right of that score line, so that when we fold it over, it's glued right on that edge and right on the inside edge. And then the same philosophy when we're doing the front of the card, right on the very edge there, and then right on this edge, close to this side here, and then fold it over. So we've got glue on both sides ready to go. And there's the fold all done and secure, easily done, which works really, really well. And I've also used my lasting label punch, which for me is a huge hit. I really love label punches. Again with my shimmery sweet sorbet paper, and I'm going to add some metallic Starry Sky ribbon. All right, and then just, this is always a challenge for me, creating this to make it look natural and beautiful and lovely without wasting too much ribbon. I've got 2 circles there, and then in the opposite corner I'll just do 1 circle over this side. There we go. Oops. And then I'll add some dimensionals over the top of my ribbon. 1, 2, and then a couple more in the corners, so that's nice and secure. And pop that on the front of my card there. And then for my sending and my tiny little flowers that I've cut out extra out of the... Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm forever knocking my camera. How bad does that look to you? Wow. There you go. I have to try not to keep bumping it. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 little flowers using my mini glue dots because this is easy and clean. Pop one there and one up here. And I'll also use the mini glue dots to put my sending on just because it's quick and easy. But measuring it first and making sure I don't put any adhesive on my G or my S, okay? So I'll just put some mini glue dots across the middle part of the word, so that way I won't have... You can also use liquid glue for this as well, but you know me, I like it nice and clean. There you go. So that's the first card. Sending a card to say hello. This one says sending love and big hugs. And I've also made one that says sending birthday wishes. All right, the second card is using Pool Party ink. And once again, exactly the same fold. Backwards and forwards to create that beautiful big W. Here you go, see the W there? And on the back of this one, I'm going to put an embossed, can you see that fern embossed there? Now I'm reaching over here and trying not to bump the phone this time. And pop my, you may notice I'm not using this strong adhesive for an embossed panel because every time I do that, I have this special gift. It tears up the cardstock because it's already been softened. So I make sure I use the other seal for that little job. Or actually what works the best is tear and tape. That works the best. Now I have a decision to make with this card. This is the paper I've used here. This is from the Rings of Love celebration paper. And when I cut it up, I noticed that the other side looked really beautiful. Originally I loved the birds and also the houses. So I'll show you the 2 variations. But then when I flipped over the paper, I thought that's beautiful too. So this one here has used the reverse side of the bird paper and that lovely medallion. And then this one here is using the birds and the houses. So the dilemma is, which one do we use? And then I made another one today that used everything. And it's a bit of a mishmash of the whole lot, which is actually quite hilarious. But This time I think I'll go for, I think I'll go for the birds again, because they were my original favourite, and I might use this one underneath the birds. Okay, so just put my adhesive onto my paper there. Put this one here. Not that it's going to make a great deal of difference, but put that there. And then I've already stamped. Now this time I've used Night of Navy and Soft Pool Party. I've used Charming Sentiments and the coordinating dies that work, the sentiment silhouette dies that work with the Charming Sentiments. Another stamp set that has so many different applications. And I'm on the inside got Wishing You Everything Beautiful, Wonderful. I'll pop that straight on my Pool Party cardstock. And pop this right in the middle. And then on my folded piece, this is, I think, 3 inches by 3 inches. Exactly the same as before. I'll use the birds this time. 1 and 2. And then this is the secret. Lining up your card straight over the top. So it's exactly the same, lined up, and then adhesive right on the edge there, and adhesive right on this edge over here. All right, leaving it nice and flat, fold it up, push it in place. And then with the one for the front, adhesive right on that edge there, and adhesive right on the close edge in there. And then you've got perfectly done. So your W and your V for your WV fold. And once again, I've got some lovely ribbon to put underneath my words here. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. I'll take that up a bit so I can see my little bird. There you go. Now I've got that in the right place, and add some dimensionals on the edge here. So waste not, want not. Pop that right over the top of my ribbon, and then pop that just there. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. I hope you're inspired to have a go creating that lovely fold there, and that you have an awesome weekend. Woo! Bye-bye.